Running Up the Score.
You're listening to the Running Up the Score podcast. Now here's your hosts, Jerry Napoleonello and Kevin Donlin.
The Marlins, they added, I think, 2 more guys to the list. So they're up to 19 players/coaches that have tested positive. And they're the only team that have any positive tests. They tested the rest of the league. Not one team has any other positive tests. So, obviously the team that played the Marlins during this whole thing was the Philadelphia Phillies. So they've had to sit out until at least tomorrow, Friday. Marlins had to sit out until Monday. Obviously, these guys have to test negative for them to even touch the field. So the fact that they're losing basically almost 3/4 of their lineup, their roster, you have to think, like, if something like this happens again, I think you have to, because it's not just going to be secluded to one team, because if this happens again, it's going to be a few teams that are dealing with this. And you know what, right now this is the only league that's traveling. The NHL and the NBA are doing the whole bubble aspect, and we'll get into that when we get into their sports. But for right now, the Yankees had to change their schedule. The Orioles had to change their schedule. These teams are having to change their schedules because of the Marlins. And, the article that I was reading on the whole Marlins outbreak was that, they're out on the town the night before. They knew of the positive tests before playing that game and still decided to play that game, which I think was wrong in every aspect. And even Joe Girardi, the head coach or the manager of the Phillies, said if we knew about that, we wouldn't have played. So, I mean, that's maybe a punishment or so,
I think in regards to that, if that's an easy fix, you have to throw something into the, in addition to the Players Association regarding what, you like to call reckless COVID behavior. And, I think it plays as an extreme clause in these contracts that if we're going to go out and, to bars and, party and, all of a sudden you end up with COVID-19. I mean, it's a risk. You're risking yourself as well as the others around you. And, you're a professional athlete at this point and you make a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, this is the way things are right now. You got to remember, we really are, in the early stages of experimenting what sports would be like with COVID-19 in effect. So, everything is on the fly. And I think baseball's done a great job of on the fly work of, pausing the season for certain teams and, delaying some of the games that they, had scheduled and then going forward. Again, you have these slates, you have these times, and you just got to be able to adjust with it on the fly. And I think baseball's done a great job in the early going, and they're going to have to continue to do a great job as the season continues if you want the season to continue. Yeah. So I credit to to Major League Baseball. They've done a great job at just trying to do what they can to, whether it's pause the season or whatever else needed to keep the season afloat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that, they've been able to address this whole issue with the Marlins, yet still not really pause the whole season compared to, like, for all the other teams, and just have the teams that are kind of in the realm of playing the Marlins or have played the Marlins or, whatever it is, just a little tinker of, one here, one there, the Yankees and Orioles playing now. I applaud them on that.
For more Running Up the Score, go follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at RUTS Sports.